Hi, folks. This is Rick Doc Walker, the DOC.
This is John Kime, and you're listening to the Mess Hall with Rally Captain and Tailgate Ted.
What's going on, Rally? You got your passport ready, man?
Yeah, I just made sure that it has more than 6 months before it expires, because the last thing I'm trying to do is get caught up in customs before I can't make it.
That's actually a good tip for our listeners. Those of you all that are planning on making that trip out to Madrid, make sure your passport's good to go, because they will not let you leave the country if that thing is set to expire within 6 months of us going out there. So definitely a good tip there. I actually I got a couple crew members that are going out and making that trip. So
Nice.
it should be a good time. For those wondering, it is Tuesday, May 20th. We're recording this. The schedule releases out. As you can imagine, Rally was busy. Definitely busy once
That's
that
an
schedule
understatement.
dropped. Let people know, man, what goes into setting up these packages for everybody.
All right, so off the break, when the dates come out, you've got to contact hotels, airlines to ratify contracts. You have to do that. You have to find out at least what the base cost is going to be, so that you can formulate what your cost is going to be. Same thing with airlines, setting up the contracts, ground transportation. I mean, everything has to have a contract, because the last thing you want to do is hypothetically say that the trip is going to be $1,000, and then they raise the airfare on you, and now it's $1,200, and now as a business owner, you're taking a $200 hit per person. So it's a lot of paperwork that's involved, but it's not bad. I mean, it's what it is, and you got to do it. Thank God that I am a travel agent, and I've been doing it for such a long time that I can do it in my sleep. However, it's the little stuff, that the attention to detail that you really have to be paying attention to, especially for this Spain trip, because there's so many moving parts, and it's and Spain is just on another. They're on their own schedule basically, so uh, you have to wait for their reply, and a lot of times, they are 6 hours ahead, so you may get a response, you may not. So I'm still waiting for one other piece of business to come through, so that I can finally put out the flyer for Spain, even though I got to tell you, the response was through the roof. I mean, I'm sold out, so I'm trying to
Damn,
acquire.
flyer's not out, but you're already sold out.
Yeah, flyer's not
That's
out.
awesome, man.
Yeah, I'm already sold out. The international schedule came out on Tuesday, and I said, all right, I'm taking deposits, and the next thing you know, I was sold out. So, as I said, I'm working to another contract uh, for some airlines and hotel. So it's just one of those things, man. We're slowly getting it together. Right now, everybody's been asking me about Green Bay, and unfortunately, uh, that's one of the things where I could not get the contract that I wanted out of Green Bay, and because of it, I'm not going to be doing a Green Bay trip. And so I know a lot of people were asking me about it. However, every other team is still on the map, to where, yeah, yeah, it sucks, but I mean, you got to play ball, and if,
Oh yeah.
you don't want to play ball, I'm not going to play ball. So I understand it's Green Bay, but the dollar is the dollar, and so you don't want it. I'm not gonna take a loss just to make your pockets richer, if you will. So
Oh, I don't blame you, man. Did you do one at Green Bay last time we were out there, or
I
are they
did.
just always a problem? Okay.
Yeah, no, I did, and I took a loss, and so because of it, I learned my lesson,
Yeah.
and so now, you know, all it takes is that one time for you to learn your lesson, and no, so Green Bay's out, but everybody else is in play. If you go to my website right now, you'll see that I have the Atlanta Falcons trip that's out, as well as the Dallas Cowboys. I'm working on the Kansas City trip. Uh, Once again, favorite word, that C word, contract. Waiting on that contract to come back so I can put the information out and get the flyer out to everyone, because Everyone's asking me, and that's probably going to be a big trip to Kansas City, I believe.
Oh yeah, Monday night in KC.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
curious. So those are the only two you got on the website. Those wondering, what is
hmm
the website for everyone listening?
For everybody listening, it's www.s as in Sam, B as in boy, events, events.net, and there
Perfect.
you can sign up and you can make your payments, all one stop shop on the website. If you bought anything online, this is no different.
Yeah, once the schedule came out, I know you were blowing up. I actually had people messaging me saying, "Hey, we want to go on a couple away games. Can you help us out?" Like, no, I can't help you out. But my co-host Rally Captain, who I know you
Yeah,
all know, can. So I was sending them the website. So we wanted to make sure that any of you listening, now's your chance. He's got, and if you're watching this on the YouTube, you can see it right here. Commanders versus Falcons, Commanders versus Cowboys. Book now, sign up, and Rally's going to be setting all this up for you guys. I mean, you've been to all the stadiums that we're going to go to except for Madrid, right?
correct.
So, which road game are you most looking forward to going to except Madrid?
Oh, that's going to be easy. Kansas City, hands down. I'm looking forward to having some good barbecue. You know, normally I would say Dallas, to be honest with you, because to me, even though that's our nemesis, let's take a step back. But the food in Texas is good. I mean, and the $1 billion paypen is it's a great stadium. It just is. I know people don't like it, but I mean, you got to give credit where credit is due. So,
Oh, hell no!
hey, man, but Kansas City, because once again their food is on par, and the barbecue is, let's face it, if you don't get barbecue from Kansas City, then something's wrong. Unless you're vegan, but I understand that they even have vegan options for barbecue. So
What?
uh,
What kind of
yeah, man.
vegan barbecue is out there? I gotta.
Hey, bro, it's there, So uh, take advantage. Take advantage of that good vegan barbecue.
Vegan pulled pork that's not pork?
That's not pork. That's right. The impossible pork. Yeah, you know.
No, I don't
So
even want to ruin my algorithm by searching for this stuff, but now I'm curious.
yeah, but it's all good. Kansas City is a good time, and the weather's going to be great. This is a great time to go to Kansas City in October before it gets too cold. And if you've been in the Midwest, you know that the summertime it's brutally hot. I think it's hotter there than it is here. So we're at a great time. And the Kansas City package, by the way, since we play on Monday night, normally the packages would go from Friday to Monday, but because we play on Monday night, the package is Saturday till Tuesday, so that'll give you plenty of time to get there, get some food, hang out, um, come to the rally. If there will be a rally, I'm sure there will be a rally. I'm hoping
You
there'll be a
talking about
rally.
Willis?
Hopefully ownership is listening and they perform a rally for the fans that are coming, because it's gonna be just a electrified crowd. And you know, I haven't heard anything about the Madrid, but hopefully there's a rally in Madrid. And please, if you guys have a rally in Madrid, don't allow it to be like London. Now I know it's different ownership, but you're gonna need a large venue. So one of the largest venues that Spain has, I mean, you might want to book the Coliseum or something, because half of half of Commanders fans are gonna be there. Three-quarters of Commanders fans are gonna be there. So I can't wait.
Yeah, the Hard Rock Cafe in Madrid's not that big, so I don't think we should go there. I've been having people send me that are Eagles fans saying, "Oh, it looks like you guys are gonna have a place to go hang out when you're there," and I just mute all of them and move on. But yeah, it's for those wondering. I mean, we don't know what's going on with the rallies yet. It should be a good time. I am planning on being in Madrid as well with Mrs. Tailgate, and I
Nice.
feel like everybody and their mom is saying they're going out there. I'll be curious to see what happens because, on top of it, tickets are not available from the team yet. I was actually with a Dolphins season ticket holder this past Sunday.
hmm
You know Chuck from Command Corner?
Yeah,
Did you know that Chuck was the drummer for Bret Michaels from Poison?
I do now.
I had no idea, man. I'm hanging out at Boardwalk Rock in Ocean City, Maryland this weekend, right?
Mm,
It's a rock music festival. It's the first time they ever did it. They had Def Leppard, Nickelback, 3 Days Grace, just like a bunch of rock bands. I went with
mhm.
a buddy of mine from Fox 5 and our spouses, and he's telling me about his boy Chuck. We're gonna meet up with his boy Chuck. His boy used to play with what's his face? Bret Michaels from Poison, because Bret was performing there. So it's like, oh, okay, it's fine. We're hanging out. Nickelback's on stage. It's last night, Sunday night, and all of a sudden, Command Corner Chuck rolls up with my boy, and that's who he was talking about. Like, you were a drummer and a drummer for Bret Michaels? It was just
You never know.
such a
You,
crazy
you
world, man. I
you never
mean,
know, man.
I had no, now whenever I see him, I'm not gonna get that thought out of my head, right?
You can't. It's
I can
ingrained.
only imagine the stories that he's got. You know, if you guys know who we're talking about, ask him the stories on your own and maybe share those with Riley and I later. But his other half is with him. She is a Dolphins season ticket holder.
Okay.
Even though they live in our area, she has Dolphin season tickets and actually resells those season tickets, and they get to a couple of Dolphins games. The Dolphins fans haven't been able to buy their allotment of tickets yet. So
Hmm.
since we're the away team, best be sure we haven't been able to buy them yet either. And I know people are seeing tickets on StubHub and third party sites. I think our boy George Carmy got screwed. He bought tickets on TickPick and they canceled his order because he bought it at such a cheap price that they just completely canceled it and gave him his money back.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I didn't think they do that.
I didn't think they could either. And there was this whole long thing on X with him going back and forth and other people chiming in. But I guess it's in their fine print that they're completely allowed to do that. So be careful. And honestly, guys, I mean, if you want a hassle-free way to do this, and this isn't a advertising for Rally. I just know a bunch of people that have booked trips with him. It's just easier to do it through him, right? And I actually got reached out to by, and I won't say who, but a couple of other companies out there that have Super Bowl quarterbacks for our team that are part of their package. And I don't know how much Rallies is going to cost, but this thing was $8,000.
Yeah.
And I'm not going
I'm
to,
not
hey,
I'm not that expensive, bro.
yeah.
My ballpark, just for everybody who's listening, once I open the slots back up, because I am going to be getting more airfare coverage as well as room accommodations. My ballpark is 31 to 3,900 per person,
Repeat that one more
and
time for people that didn't hear you.
yeah, 3,100 on. This is a ballpark range, 3,100 to 3,900 per person. I mean, at the most 4,000. And just so you guys know, that's going to cover, all right, your round trip airfare, your hotel accommodations, 4-star hotel accommodation, by the way, transportation from the hotel to the stadium, or not to the hotel to the, I'm sorry, from the airport to the hotel, uh, a lower level or upper level game ticket if you choose, and a couple tours, um, transportation from the hotel to the stadium. What else is there? Free breakfast every morning. I'm trying to think what else now. I think that's about it. That covers pretty much everything.
That's a lot, man. That's a lot that you're getting, plus not having to worry about a single thing, just paying it, making
Oh
sure your
yeah,
passport's up to date, and then that's it, right? I
yeah,
mean, it's on you if your bag's overweight or something like that happens. But
right. That's how the SB events is controlled. We can't control if your bag's over 50 pounds or whatever have you. But a lot of people have reached out and said, look, when you open this back up, put me on the waiting list because I want to be notified. And so I think I may have to even go with a third flight. I tried to book a whole full plane, but they wouldn't let me do it. I wanted to charter a full plane, and a full plane consists of roughly uh, anywhere from 175 to 250 seats, and so they wouldn't let me do it. I
I mean, I
tried.
guarantee you'd fill it, right? I mean, there's
Oh,
so
I'm
many
there.
people want to go. Yeah,
this next batch of contracts that I've signed, yeah, we're there. So
that's awesome.
yeah,
And it just, I can't imagine how insane it's going to be. For those of you that didn't get to go to London, Rally was talking about the rally we had out there. It was at a small pub that was one level with one bar. I mean, people were nuts to butts. I think we told the story a couple of times. I
yeah,
was upstairs. You were upstairs on the second floor. Joe Theismann was up there, and Cooley and a couple of other.
LeVar Arrington, yeah.
Yeah, and it was there was just no room. People couldn't get in, right? And we hope the team does something. And I don't know when. Actually, do you know yet when people are going to get in? Because you mentioned for Sunday games you get in. Friday, leave. Sunday. When is the travel going to be for Madrid?
Good question. Actually, that's an excellent question. So, because we are going to be in Madrid, I'm going to allow people to get there early. So, we're going to actually fly out on Tuesday and return Tuesday.
Damn.
So,
Okay.
oh yeah, because we've got a lot planned, man. I mean, and the thing is, you don't want to be rushed when you do a trip like this. There's so much to see and so little time to see it, and so I'm giving everyone an opportunity to be leisurely, look at things, as well as even though it's going to be it seems like a long period of time, those days are going to go by so fast,
Oh yeah.
and you probably won't even still be able to see everything. But I'm going to try to take care of that to where you can see everything. Because as I
Nice.
said, we've got some things planned.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, we're getting there on Tuesday, but we're actually flying to Barcelona. And
Gotcha.
then we're taking a train down to Madrid. It's a $30 train.
Hmm.
That's like 2 hours and some change to get down there. Because the
Oh
missus,
yeah, the
yeah,
speed, the bullet train.
yeah, ain't long and it ain't expensive. So for those of you that are, joining Rally and maybe want to go to Barcelona, you can just hop on the train, head up and just
Yep.
come back down. But that's awesome. Because yeah, we're doing 7 days too. So for me, I'm looking forward to if I can pull it off, Green Bay. Right. I've never been to Lambeau. I've always
Oh
wanted to
wow.
go, but
Okay.
all the times we played them, it's just been in like the colder months. And my people are from the islands on the equator. I'm just not built for that kind of cold. So there's just no way I was doing it beforehand. But it's week 2 on a Thursday. And then we got the rest of the weekend to ourselves. I don't think I'm going to hang out in Green Bay as long as I want to hang out in Madrid, just because it's Green Bay and there ain't much to do. But that's the
No.
game that I really want to make sure I get to. And actually, I'll talk to you offline about that. I've got some Packers fans that are helping me out with a couple of tickets for that. So it
Cool.
should be a damn good time. Is there a particular home opponent you're looking forward to facing this year?
Well, you know what? I want to see actually two. The Detroit fans are still talking trash that we caught them on a humble, and the players were injured and yada yada yada. But I said, even though I said, so now you want to say your players are injured, but before your players were still injured, you talk mad trash. Well, everyone should be healthy, praying to the football gods that everybody's healthy, because I want to see a rematch with Detroit as well as Chicago. I mean, the NFL gave us how many primetime games? I mean, this is incredible. All the primetime games that we have to showcase were we a flash in the pants, or are we actually really that good? And I'm gonna say we're really that good. And so in Adam Peters we trust. He has formulated a great uh, football cast and football players. So I'm hoping that we can dominate and knock these guys out, both of them, because they're, you know, Chicago. Well, we beat you guys, but I said the scoreboard or the legends will never say almost. It says W's and L's. So what you almost did does not matter. It's what happened, and so they took that L, and I'm hoping that we can do the exact same thing on, was that a Monday night or Thursday night with them,
Which one?
Chicago.
Chicago is a Monday night, and
Yeah,
Detroit is a 425 Sunday game.
you might as well say that's the evening game.
Yeah.
So Oh yeah. So everybody will be tuned in, ready to see what's going on.
I'm right there with you. I mean, for me, I want to whoop up on Chicago. For some reason, Chicago's fans feel like they've got a rivalry with us. There ain't no rivalry, right? I mean, we beat you with what's his face? Who was the horrible guy that we freaking had that ended up losing us when Sam Howell came in? I've blocked that out of my mind now. The guy from Philly. Why am I spacing on this guy? The guy that we got from the Eagle that was on the Eagles that was garbage.
You got me, man.
Oh, you got to be kidding me! How can I not think of his name?
Carson Wentz.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, when Wentz broke his finger, we beat them,
Oh
right? When
yeah.
we were up there that Thursday night.
I,
So
and see, that's what I think is the reason why they think it's a rival because the last time that we played them, they've all been primetime games.
yeah, I don't know
Uh,
why. Why do you
Yeah,
and Thursdays?
yeah.
Why do we
So I
keep
don't,
playing them on Thursday? Is it just can Chicago fans can like are they on house arrest and they can't like go anywhere on Friday or Saturday, Sunday? It's
you're
like
about to get the hate. You're about to get the hate
I was
email.
I had a boy, I won't say his name. He got pulled over on the GW Parkway going 100 something and I want to say like a yeah, exactly, like 100 something and a 45. So he had to report to jail. And GW Parkway, for those that don't know, that's federal land, depending on where you
Park
are on it.
Police.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he had to report to jail every Friday and got let out every Monday morning because it was either that or he goes for several months at a time. They didn't want him to lose his job. So Friday to Monday, he would just have to report and then get let go. Like, I wonder if that's what happens to Bears fans and they can't travel because it seems like every time we play them is on a freaking Thursday, except this time it is a Monday night that they're coming to town. And we've got 5 primetime games, the first Christmas Day game, the first international game in 9 years, and 10 national windows. Right. So that is a
Mm.
lot of commanders. So if you guys don't have the Sunday ticket or YouTube TV or whatever it is, you'll still get a chance to watch us regardless of having to spend that extra cash. So that's freaking awesome.
Oh yeah. I mean, my dad, he was like, "What is going on with your team?" I said, "Pops, I don't know, but hey, obviously somebody's shining up on us, or could it be a fluke? I don't know, but we're definitely going to be lost in the sauce this year, and I can't wait. So how does that affect you? We've always talked about tailgating, with the later games. You don't like the later games of tailgate. You like the 1 o'clock.
It's I do and I don't, right? The one
Mm,
o'clock games, I'm up at 4 in the morning to get out to the stadium and everything else. So it's just such an early morning and an early night for me. The 4 o'clock games definitely get to sleep in. The only problem is when it's warm out, I'm going to have to re ice. So I got to make sure that everything stays nice and cold because for those
oh
wondering,
yeah.
the car's packed up the night before. So if we don't play until later on, I got to make sure I get some more ice, stockpile that. The night games, that's just too much waiting, right? And I'm just sitting around because the parking lot doesn't open until 4, right? And
Hmm.
what are we supposed to do? And people say, oh, you can watch the early games. Like, I'm sure we'll be on Arena Drive, maybe at 1 o'clock, hanging out, watching the early games and just shooting the S out there with all the other Washington fans, whoever else is coming to town. But I think 4 is perfect. I think 8 is a little too much. I mean, we have 3 1 o'clock home games this year, right? That's crazy to me. The Giants, the Raiders is 1 o'clock, and then the other 1 o'clock is Dallas, right? It's so odd on Christmas, which that kind of sucks, right? What did you think when you saw the Christmas Day game?
Honestly, Ted, as long as we weren't playing them in Texas on Christmas, I was okay. I mean, we played the Giants on Thanksgiving a couple years back, and I didn't mind that. Um, my biggest concern was just don't play them again in Texas on New Year's, Christmas, Thanksgiving, or anything like that because for whatever reason they've always done that to us. So I was actually happy to see that we weren't playing them in Dallas on Thanksgiving. I don't mind it being Christmas here because at that I guess I don't have any little kids anymore, so Christmas with adults is a little different. So I'm actually happy that I can sleep in a little bit as well as take in. this Christmas game, and it's in our house for a change.
Yeah, it is nice that people can just watch it on Netflix, right? You don't have to worry about it if you're not local and you're going away. Because my big concern is we fly to go see the in-laws, and the game's not on national TV, and I got to find a way to watch it because I don't have the Sunday ticket. So I've gotten creative over the years. I'm just a little bummed because it's a 1 o'clock. I'm concerned about our fan base not showing up to a degree because they've got little kids, right? They've got families and Christmas traditions, whether they're going to, mass or opening presents or whatever it may be. I don't
Hmm.
think that Cowboys fans are going to flood our stadium because of that. I'm just wondering how much of the fan base is actually going to show up from a season ticket holder perspective because I've talked to a bunch of them. Like 2/3 of my crew is going to be gone. They're not going to be able to come
Wow.
out because they've got kids, right? And even the ones that don't have kids, they've got older parents that they can't miss Christmas with. I actually thought my little brother wasn't going to be able to go because my niece is a year. She'll actually be, 2 years at that point. So I figured they won't be able to make it, but he told me no, he's guaranteed to be there. So I'm happy
Mm.
about that. But from a tailgate perspective, I think it's going to be small, on the smaller side, if that actually is anything, because I think our tailgate this year, we're going to have to change some things. It's
Yeah.
definitely going to be bigger than it has been. And that Eagles tailgate, there's going to have to be a different way to sign up because I don't want Eagles fans ruining that for the rest of our fan base. So I've got that in the works. But
I wouldn't be surprised if families give Christmas gifts, Commanders Christmas gifts for the game. I wouldn't be
oh, I think there
surprised, man.
will. Yeah, I
Yeah.
I think you'll be able to. I don't think your Cowboys Commanders game ticket, if you look historically back to what it cost last year, I don't think it's going to be on the secondary market as much as it is like as expensive this year. Just because more people are probably going to be selling them for that Christmas game. Speaking of which, did you see what the Colts and the Seahawks sent their season ticket holders?
No, but they send them.
So it was a letter about reselling your season tickets. Let me see if I can pull it up. And it was basically talking about be careful reselling your season tickets. Let me just grab it here.
We'll see. I'm already kind of that hits me as a sore spot. I paid you my money for that ticket, so why do you have a problem with me selling my ticket? What's the bad thing about it?
Because you're making the money, not them, right? So this is what it said. The Seahawks aren't the only team warning their season ticket holders about repercussions for selling most or all of their tickets to 2025. The team told those fans that renewal eligibility may be impacted by excessive reselling, and the Colts have sent a similar letter this offseason. Stephen Holder of ESPN reports that no action will be taken now, but that frequent resellers have been told that they are in violation of the team's ticket policy, and more of the same will lead to a different response.
So how
And
do they know? Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
says our records show that you listed or resold most of your tickets for the 2024 season. And while no action will be taken today, if you are shown to be reselling most of your tickets again this season, you will unfortunately be unable to renew. And this was in the letter that went out to people, right? And you're asking, how do they know? They can tell that your ticket was posted on the back end in their system. This is something they've been able to do for a long time. Right. So I
Okay.
had a friend that worked for the Nationals, and he sent someone in our group some Nats tickets for a playoff game behind home plate. These are employee tickets.
Hmm.
Said you just can't resell these, right? They're your tickets. You're getting them for the employee price. Just don't resell them. Don't post them. Well, he transferred it to a friend. The friend couldn't make it last minute and didn't tell his buddy, and he posted it on StubHub. So the guy got reprimanded and got his rights revoked to be able to get employee tickets. Right. And
Wow.
it's something that all teams can see that you're doing, even if you're not selling it like the Commanders use SeatGeek, even if you're selling it on StubHub, they have the ability to check and see what's going on. So I'm
So
with
what?
you. Sure.
So what's the issue? Is the issue? Oh, you said they're making the money, so it's not a matter of they're mad that hypothetically the opposing team is coming in. They're mad at you're possibly, let's just say hypothetically, getting a $70 profit off of the ticket
Yeah.
or whatever you're trying to profit. Okay.
Yeah, from the secondary market. So it has nothing to do with it going to opposing teams' fan bases, right? They're not talking about the fact that we don't want our stadium flooded. It's the fact that the team has a wait list. So they're saying we want the people on that wait list to be able to get season tickets instead of you, someone who isn't going and actually using your tickets, or you're only going to a small number of them. And I mentioned earlier about the Dolphins fan, right? She lives here. So she doesn't get to go to a majority of the Dolphins games, right? My friend Steve from Fox, he's got Steelers season tickets. He paid for a PSL, right? And he's got Steelers season tickets up there, but he lives in DC. And depending on the schedule, he's got to be up on the news at 4 o'clock in the morning. He might not be able to make it if it's a night Steelers game. So he's got to sell those tickets, right? And I think it's BS, and I think it's teams being greedy because people are taking advantage of supply and demand.
I don't agree. I don't agree with it. But at the same time, I mean, this nation is built on capitalism, and that's capitalism at its best. So what I do with my ticket is what I do with it. So if I so here's the thing then. With that being said, I need to hear that from about like Detroit, the playoff tickets, and freaking Philadelphia, the playoff tickets, because we know that a normal lower bowl seat is about $300, and you're selling it for 19 to 2,000.
Yeah, I don't even want to think about what we paid, man. That's
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm still got the stitches from my kidney being taken out, but yeah, man. I mean, so I don't want to hear it. It is what it is, and they know it. Otherwise, force the sellers to sell them low. When you see them posting, if that's the case, then when you see them posting them for some egregious amount, then say, nope, you can sell it, but you got to sell it for this if you want to play Big Brother.
Yeah, I wish that was possible. It's just like StubHub and those sites, they make their fees on they take a percentage of what you're selling it for.
Yeah.
So it's crazy. I mean, I renewed my Defender season tickets, and I haven't been able to go to a ton of the games, but it's $100 for the entire season for my ticket, right? And I sit in the beer snake section.
Mm-hmm.
It's the only section that you can resell that actually has a value. So I sold 2 games that made up for my entire season. So I go back to a conversation you and I had years, not years, like pods ago about, I remember back in the day at RFK, those fans, some of them would sell the Cowboys game and the Eagles game to pay for the entire season and to pay for their playoff tickets.
Mm-hmm.
So this letter is saying excessive reselling. Can you define excessive for me, right? Indianapolis Colts. Or is this something the Commanders are going to put into their PSL language coming up that we get? I mean, it's not going to stop me from getting it, but understanding the fine print, best be sure I'm reading that fine print, and I'm probably going to have my lawyer go forward and look at that damn fine print, because if I've got 4 tickets and we're spending, we talked 10 grand for a PSL, I'm going to try and make some cash back, right? Mrs. Tailgate doesn't have to bring her girlfriends to, 4 of the 8 games that we have that year. Maybe I'll sell them to someone else to try and recoup some of that investment, as long as they're not stopping me.
Yeah, it only makes sense, man.
Yeah. I don't feel bad for these fan bases, but something for our fan base to kind of, be aware of that could be coming down the pipe. But knowing that we won 12 games last year and knowing the schedule we have, and I think I looked at it. I think we have the 7th hardest schedule based on strength of schedule this year. How many games do you think we're favored?
Off the break, favored. I'm going to say favored probably 8. Off the break, favored.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah, that's my final answer. 8 games.
You want to phone a friend?
Okay, Ted, what is it?
We're favored 12 games this season so far, man.
What?
Yeah. 1 to 12 games this season. Right? That is
So
insane to me.
they think we're gonna just blow the doors off of people this year.
So, with that being said, I kind of wanted to go down the schedule with you to see what you think off the bat, right? And before we do that, guess how many teams we're playing coming off of their bye week?
Well, I haven't delved that deep into this, so I don't know, but I'll just say because we're making a note of this, 6.
I was close. I was close. 4. We're facing 4 teams coming off their bye, right?
Okay.
And 3 of those games are primetime games. So
Mm.
they're getting extra time at that point just because of that. And it's the most of any team in the league. So we're playing the Bears, the Seahawks, the Broncos, and the Giants all coming off their bye week. So good news is I think all of those games are home games for us. I got to double check and see if that Giants game is a home or an away. But considering the Giants, we play them in December. Yeah, the Giants game has to be a home game because they're not giving the Giants. Actually, you know what? I don't know. Yeah, no, it's the Giants game is in DC because we play the Giants week 1, so they don't have a
Week
bye
1.
for preseason. So yeah, so they get to come here. But week 1 is us against the Giants, 1 o'clock. You think we're taking a dub or an L on that game?
Well, I got to go with the dub.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I'm going to say dub as well. Short week, week 2, September 11th, 8 o'clock, Thursday night in Green Bay. What are you thinking?
Do they have a short week as well?
They've got to have a short week because everyone starts on the 7th. Actually, let me look at the Packers' schedule. I mean, it's got to be a short week for
I
them.
would hope so, but at the same
Yeah.
time, you know.
They play the September 7th. They opened up against the Lions at home, so they don't have
Oh,
to travel.
the lines are going to tenderize them, so I'm going to go ahead and go with the dub.
Part of me wants to say win here, but the other part of me, I'm going with an L because I feel like we don't see our real team until like week 4 because of preseason,
Okay.
right? And that short week is kind of tough. So we got 10 days to prepare for the Raiders coming to Northwest.
Give me the dub.
I'm right there with you. Raiders don't scare me. I don't even know who that
No,
quarterback is at this point.
exactly.
Going down to Hotlanta, 1 o'clock game down there. And part of me actually wanted to go back down just because it was so much fun last time whooping on them, but I'm trying to save my cash.
Well, see, now this is something that, Atlanta right now, they are like us last year, meaning Penix is not a bad QB, and they solidified a lot of spots on their roster. It's going to be a tough one. It's going to be a tough one, and that dome can get to rocking, man. Oh wow.
Oh, it does, yeah.
Oh man, see that one's pass. We got to come back to it.
All right. All right. I'm gonna go with a dub on that one.
Okay,
All
okay.
right. We gotta fly out to LA for 425 against the Chargers.
Ooh, I'm gonna say L because the Chargers, man, they're a tough act.
Yeah, they've actually gotten a lot better with Harbaugh there, which kind of kills me. So I'm
Yeah,
gonna go L as well. October 13th against the Bears. Monday night.
at home, give me the dub.
Likewise.
Even though, in the words of the Bears fans, we should have beat you guys. We could have beat you guys. The Bears, all these games that we've played against the Bears, they've been basically one score games
Yeah.
for the last 3 years. So my fingers are crossed that this is a dub, but this could be the game that they get right, even though I don't want them to. But I gotta go with the dub at home.
I just I'm also there with you, man. We got to win that game, but I don't want it to be a fluke. I want us to kick their ass, right? I want it to be like the one game where they came to our house and just whooped up on us and got another freaking pick six right before halftime. Right? It just all the Caleb Williams is better than Jaden Daniels talk and this and that. He's not.
Yeah.
If he was, he'd be better, right? People forget that they said Caleb was going into the best situation as a rookie quarterback than anyone else in the league.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Well, I guess that wasn't the case. Right. The coach got fired. I mean, yeah, you got Ben Johnson now, who was too scared to even interview with us. And look what Jaden did with what we had on our roster. So I just wanted to shut them up. We fly out to Dallas for a 425.
Give me the dub in Dallas simply because I hate Dallas.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. All right. And then
Can't go against the Skins against Dallas.
we got the night game against the Chiefs.
Ooh, buddy. Tie.
Part of me wants to go with a dub here just because it's a night game. But I've just heard so many stories about how loud that stadium is and just everything else. And
It's loud.
I don't know if we can pull that one off. So I'm going to go with an L for that one. We got Seattle coming to town for another night game Sunday night.
Give me the dub.
Yeah, right there with you. Lions want some division round revenge, 4 o'clock game.
Going to be a great game. Going to be a great game. I'm going to say it's going to be an L, but we're going to see them in the playoffs and beat them again.
So I'm going with a dub there.
Oh,
okay. I think that they're going to get too overhyped, and our guys staying at home, having 2 home games in a row, I think we'll actually have a chance to rally and take down Detroit. So after that, we're flying to Madrid, 9:30 a.m. Eastern against the Dolphins.
The Dolphins don't scare me. I'm going with the dub.
I'm right there with you, man. And I want them to choreograph the touchdown right now because every time I see the Dolphins, I think of that stupid roller coaster touchdown at Northwest in our end zone where they strap the damn seatbelt on and we're like flailing back and forth.
Oh, yeah.
Come up with something now, boys, because we need something on our highlight reel.
Different team. So,
and who knows if Tua's going to be playing at that point, right? That's
right.
That far into the season. We've got another Sunday night against Denver. And before people ask, I am not making Rocky Mountain oysters. So you ever had those?
No, I have not. I've heard about them, but I have not had them.
Do you know what's in them?
Yeah, I know what's in them. So
for those, I'm not even going to gross our listeners out. Just look it up. Look up Rocky Mountain oysters. You guys can just don't do it before you've had dinner or something to eat.
The huevos, yeah.
Yeah. And then reply back to us and let me know if you want to have that for a tailgate meal. But night game against the Broncos. What are you thinking?
I got to go with the dub. Even though the Denver Broncos have improved tremendously as well. But, I mean, the Commanders are the Commanders. And so we're going to set the precedence. So I've got to go with the dub.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. Towards the end of the season, people were talking about Bo Nix being Rookie of the Year because he was starting to do well. I'm like, no, and I understand that the Pepsi Player of the Week, or whatever, it's a fan vote and it is what it is. But Jaden was a better quarterback, right? This is a chance for Jaden to go head to head against that kid in Atlanta, go head to head against Caleb, go head to head against Bo Nix, all these people that had a chance to be drafted instead of him and prove that he's the better guy.
Right? Quiet the naysayers. Yeah.
Yeah. Amen. We got a 1 o'clock in Minnesota.
Oh, I'm going with the dub. Minnesota's, they pretty much dismantled their team. So, yeah, I'm going with the dub.
Yeah, they basically have a rookie quarterback. I know he got hurt last year and didn't play, and he's been on the bench, but I just have faith that our boys are going to be able to do what we need to do. After that,
now, believe it or not, U.S. Bank, that stadium can get loud, man.
Oh yeah, I mean indoor up there, Skull Nation.
Have you been to it?
Nah, that's another one I want to go to. But like I talked about earlier, Green Bay, I have no desire to go to Minnesota in December.
Oh, dude, Minnesota's nice, man. Minnesota's nice.
To me, it's about tailgating, and I know they link all the tents together, right? And they make like a tailgate tunnel with all the tents and everything else. I'm not going to enjoy myself being up
Okay.
there. But
You know yourself better than anybody
I
does, but
mean, you might be able to
I'll have
talk
it.
me into it
I'll
when it
have
gets
enough fun.
closer.
I have enough fun for you, bro.
You probably will, except, I mean, I also probably need to sleep a little bit because I don't sleep on those away games. But New York in December, get a chance to go up there and see Rockefeller all decorated and everything for Christmas. I might be tempted to take the train up there and do that one, or if you got a bus, go up with you. But you thinking a dub or an L for that one?
Got to go with the sweep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
agreed.
go with the sweep.
And then we've got the Saturday game against the freaking Eagles coming to Northwest. Time is TBD. What are you thinking?
Mm, mm-mm. And that's the first time we played them, right?
It's we don't play until December 20th. It's just so late in the season to not see them, which kills me because if we beat them, they're gonna bitch because our team was banged up, we weren't healthy,
I
right?
don't care
And
about that with them.
I don't want excuses.
Any other team, I might, yeah, but not with the Eagles. I don't care about that. I'm gonna actually go with the L.
All right, I'm gonna say dub there. You're coming back to our house. I think we just performed better than we did, and it's revenge from 55 to 23, man. It still hurts me. Uh at
Hurts my
Northwest,
pockets
Christmas Day.
against the boys. I gotta go with the dub.
Girls, but yeah.
Yeah,
I'm going with a dub as well, man. I think we sweep them this year.
yeah.
Right. I just don't have a ton of faith in them. I don't care if they got Pickens from Pittsburgh, whatever else. And then TBD, going back up to Philly, last game of the season.
I'm going with the dub in their house.
I'm going with an L. I don't know how that's going to be. I'm trying to talk to myself and say we're taking the L because we've already clinched the division and we're sitting Jaden and a couple of our guys. So maybe that's why. You going to plan a rally up in Philly? If
What
the
day is
team
that
doesn't do
again?
one, it's TBD is a problem. So it could be Saturday, it could be Sunday. We don't know.
That's what it boils down to,
Yeah.
and it depends. It's what it really boils down to is how many people do I have on my bus trip. If I have enough people on my bus trip, then no, I won't do a rally because I've got to be on the bus.
Yeah.
So, but if people do what they said they were going to do, in which they vowed never to go back to Philadelphia, not because there was any violence or anything like that, just because they didn't want to hear the name calling. They got tired of basically 60 minutes or 55 minutes worth of name calling. So um, I don't foresee there being a large crowd, even though I will be putting a bus trip together for it. So look out for that. But for the most part, uh, if it doesn't happen, oh, I'll be up there that night before, and we will have a rally, and it can be at the Hard Rock again.
You plan it. You do whatever you got to do. I've been having people ask and text, and they're actually talking about it on B. Mitch and Finley, saying, we got to go back and take that place over, blah, blah, blah. But I want to go, man. Mrs. Tailgate right now is definitely not happy about it, on top of the fact that I'm missing Christmas. So we'll see how that goes. But totaling all this up, you got 12 wins. Somehow I have 13. All right. I guess. Oh, actually. Oh, no, 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 no. Okay. We don't have your Falcons pick in. So,
Okay, so after having some time to think about, I mean, we call that we call that ATL Northwest. So that's when we're gonna get the dub down in Atlanta.
that's crazy, man. We got the same wins, except you got a tie in there. So you got us at 13 and 1, 2, 3, and 1. So I'm I definitely want to come back and take a look at this later on. And also after we get through preseason to see how things go with the roster, to see if we change our minds. The over under for us, I want to say, is 9.5 wins this season on FanDuel. So last I checked, let me actually just log back in. Yeah, it's 9.5 wins. And if you put down, let's just say to help pay for offset the money I lost on all those playoff tickets. So if you put down $100 for us to go over 9.5 wins, that will earn you $95.24.
Yeah.
So, or you can go with the alternate line of, I want to say it is 11, which you and I still think is going to happen. Yeah, over 11.5 is plus 280.
Mm,
So at plus 280, if you put down $100, you get $280. So
okay.
just using round math, I might have to put something down there. And obviously, some of these things are going to change, right? I mean, no one thought we were going to beat the freaking Bengals up there on that night
Oh
game.
heck. Oh yeah, I got paid that game. I
So
got paid that game.
I'm hoping you and I get surprised and we end up beating KC and see how that goes. And, hopefully they just don't choke against Denver or something back at home. But man, I can't wait. I cannot wait for this to freaking happen. The fact that we got these awesome away games, these road trips, make sure you
Hmm.
all book those with Rally or jump on there and take advantage of that. But did you see the latest about the players being in the Olympics?
Yeah, and you know what? I say let them. I say let them because basically what they've turned the All-Star game into is a flag football game, and how many guys got hurt playing flag football for the All-Star game? I don't think any did. If it was, it was very minimal. So I say let them play.
So the owners just unanimously approved it, and this is going to be for the 2028 Olympics in LA. So they're saying it will let active players participate in Olympic flag football during the Summer Olympics in LA. The PA has said it supports the measure, and many players have expressed interest in playing. Every country that fields a flag football team in the Olympics is expected to have a tryout process. Active NFL players will participate in that process, with most trying out for Team USA, but some players with ties to other countries expressing interest as well. Olympic flag football will have 6 men's teams and 6 women's teams with 10 players per team. The game uses a 5-on-5 format, so the teams will likely include a quarterback and 4 offensive skill position players and 5 defensive players. Every country with a flag football team will have a maximum of 1 player per NFL roster. No teammates can be Olympic teammates. So Jaden and Terry can't be on the team together, right?
I think
And
that's a good thing.
I guess they want to hedge their bets just in case someone gets hurt. And
Yeah.
I'm all for it, man. I'm happy that NFL players finally get a chance to, represent their country and get a gold medal in the Olympics. I mean, we all know it happens in basketball. It happened in hockey prior. So let the guys get a chance. But the fact that it is in the summertime, they're saying it's not supposed to interfere with training camp. So it's just before they report to training camp. So it should be good from that perspective. I just hope that everything is kosher. And if, let's just say, Jaden is in it, he doesn't get something tweaked or something banged up right before training camp starts and then sets him back or something like that just to go in the season. Because that's the only concern I have and the only thing I see with this being an issue.
Speaking of training camp, who do you think's going to have hard knocks this year?
That's a good question, man.
It's going to be us.
I mean,
It's going to be us, dude. Come on, the NFL has basically swayed the Commanders' way, and right now it's all things Commanders. And what better way to kick this thing off than us being on Hard Knocks?
yeah, we are eligible, even though we made the playoffs because they changed that rule. So you think I actually
Yeah.
don't mind it. I think you could be right. It would be interesting to see because there's just so many things happening for this team. The fact that we're getting the NFL draft, in
See?
2 years and everything
Yeah.
else,
New
right? And
stadium. I
yeah,
mean, I see this story with the NFL voice guy saying they came from the dregs of society, and now all of a sudden they're back. You know, I mean, I see something like that happening. You know, them showing RFK Field being torn, RFK Stadium being torn down, where Ashburn came from to where they are now. I mean, there's so many storylines that they can tell about. I foresee, and I don't know for sure, but I foresee it being us.
So these are a list of the teams that have never appeared on Hard Knocks: the Bills, the Broncos, the Steelers, the Jaguars, the Titans, the Eagles, and us. Right? That's only 7 teams that haven't ever been on there. So, and I think depending on the rules, some of these teams might be ineligible, but they might be okay. I haven't looked exactly, but you know what? I'm fine with it, man. Let us be on it. I'll
Hmm.
be good with that. Just because they can see how much improved we are from
Yeah,
beforehand. And if
yeah.
anything, it's just gonna piss everyone else off because we're getting the love and they're not.
There you go, and that's that. You said a mouthful. Right now, teams are hot, or teams fans are hot with us because we're getting all the pub, and they're not.
They're jealous because he ain't us, man. And it's
That's right.
man, I was on my Instagram. You can restrict accounts, right? And I've just gone back down to the hate and this and that. I'm like, you know what? I'm looking through, I'm scrolling through, seeing what was on the weekend just because I was posting some pictures from the beach. And just a bunch of Eagles fans were chiming in, hey, there's no Hard Rock in Ocean City. What are you doing there? Y'all just jealous because you ain't us, man. All right. That's what it is. That's what it comes down to.
They are on you, bro. God
But
dang
do me
it.
a favor. Can y'all help me get a sponsorship or something? Right? It'd be nice. Maybe a gift card so I can afford more than a water when I'm there. But I cannot wait because to me, I want our team to do the talking and have them shut all these freaking whatever fans up. So,
Definitely.
and in the meantime, we'll raise a little hell.
Yep. We're definitely gonna raise a lot of hell. I can't wait.
Just not
I
on the
definitely
plane
can't
on the
wait.
way to Madrid. You don't want that thing turning around.
No. Oh no. No. Everybody's gonna be in check for that game, that trip. We don't want any issues. Well, hey, I hear the music playing in the background, and as I say every week or every time we are on the airwaves, that means that we're bringing another episode of the DMV Mess Hall to a close. I can't wait to see everybody, and we are 1 week closer, folks. 1 week closer to strapping those pads up and repping the burgundy and gold. Hey, remember, guys, you rep it hard. We don't rep it at all. That's going to do it for the DMV Mess Hall. Rally Captain Tailgate Ted. We'll see you next week.